The story of Iran and Israel is not one of eternal enmity. For decades, it was a tale of quiet partnership, shared strategic interests in a turbulent Middle East. Before the seismic shift of 1979, the relationship was surprisingly robust. Under the Pahlavi dynasty, Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran viewed Israel not as an ideological foe, instead as a valuable non-Arab ally, rooted in a shared sense of being outsiders. Both nations faced common adversaries. They saw strength in numbers, even if those numbers were just two. A bulwark against pan-Arab nationalism led by Gamal Abdel Nasser. The alliance went far beyond ceremonial ties. Significant cooperation in security. Significant cooperation in intelligence. Israel's Mossad trained and advised. Iran's Savak absorbed that training. The year 1979 marks the definitive turning point in the Iran-Israel relationship, the moment when the foundation of their partnership crumbled into dust. The Iranian Revolution was not merely a change of government. It was a profound transformation of the nation's identity and worldview. When Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini returned from exile, he brought an ideology that opposed the Shah's pragmatism. This creed was built on anti-imperialism and Islamic solidarity. The United States was branded the Great Satan. Israel was condemned as the Little Satan, an illegitimate occupier of sacred Muslim land. The break was immediate and absolute. The new government severed diplomatic ties with Israel and commercial ties with Israel. The Israeli embassy in Tehran was closed, then handed over to the Palestine Liberation Organization, a symbolic broadcast of Iran's new allegiance. Following the 1979 revolution, Iran's new leaders did not confine their ideological ambitions within their own borders. They embarked on a policy of exporting the revolution, supporting and cultivating like-minded movements across the Middle East. This was not a conventional military expansion, but a patient campaign to build a network of allied non-state actors, or proxies. These groups often shared a Shia religious identity or a common opposition to the United States and to Israel, becoming instruments of Iranian foreign policy. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and specifically its elite Quds force, was tasked with meticulously nurturing these factions, providing funding, training, weapons, and strategic guidance. This network became known as the Axis of Resistance, a crescent of influence stretching across the region. The rivalry entered a dangerous new phase with the revelation of Iran's nuclear program. While Iran maintains its activities are for peaceful energy purposes, many nations viewed the program with profound suspicion. Israel was most vocal. The fear, a covert push for nuclear weapons capability. For Israel, born from the ashes of genocide and surrounded by adversaries, the prospect of a nuclear-armed Iran is the ultimate existential threat. Roots traced to the 1980s, forged in the brutal Iran-Iraq War, leaders sought an ultimate deterrent against overthrow. The alleged AMAD project drew intense scrutiny from the IAEA and Israeli intelligence. Israel invested heavily in monitoring, sabotaging, and exposing Iran's nuclear ambitions. Cyber attacks like Stuxnet damaged centrifuges, and several nuclear scientists were assassinated. A relentless nuclear standoff set the region on edge. Amidst constant tension, diplomacy offered potential off-ramps. 2015's Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the Iran nuclear deal. Negotiated between Iran and world powers including the United States, it traded sanctions relief for strict, verifiable limits. For a time, the deal rolled back nuclear progress, pushing any bomb prospect further into the future. But Israel fiercely opposed sunset clauses. In 2018, the U.S. withdrew, reimposing and intensifying sanctions. Iran incrementally breached limits, enriching more and to higher levels. Still, quiet diplomacy continued. Oman worked to bridge Tehran and Washington. On February 27, 2026, Oman announced a breakthrough in indirect talks. Iran agreed it would never stockpile enriched uranium, accept full IAEA verification and downgrade existing material to the lowest feasible level. Hope was shattered with shocking speed. As reports of progress spread, events flipped into open warfare. On February 28, 2026, a massive, coordinated surprise attack hit Iran. Satellite images showed multiple impact craters near Isfahan. Reports attributed the strikes to a joint U.S.-Israeli operation. It was a large-scale assault on the regime's core. Senior officials were reported killed, including, by some accounts, Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. The strikes also hit civilian sites, schools and hospitals, igniting regional fury. Iran's response was swift. Hundreds of ballistic missiles and swarms of armed drones. Targets included sites deep inside Israel and U.S. bases across the region. The strike, at the edge of peace, killed any chance of negotiation. The initial exchange was only the beginning. The conflict metastasized across multiple fronts and actors. Hezbollah opened a northern front with barrages and cross-border clashes. From Yemen, the Houthis fired long-range missiles and drones toward southern Israel. Israel now faced a three-front war. The Strait of Hormuz became a war zone, oil prices spiking and trade disrupted. On day 30, foreign ministers gathered in Islamabad to halt the spiral. Within a month, the death toll surpassed 2,300. Bombing intensified over Isfahan and Tehran, causing power outages and panic. One of the deadliest strikes hit a girls' elementary school in Minab, killing over 170 people.